Alright, alright, in part 3 of our little visit of the Hellebore greenhouse, we're starting at the back of the greenhouse. The Phoenicians are still running around, getting everything ready. On this little table here, we have a whole bunch of different hellebore companions, so different perennials that you can plant with your hellebores that will overlap in bloom or provide interesting foliage combinations. So we have things like erysimums or the wallflowers, we have primulas, some of which have rich burgundy foliage. And there are iberis, early carnations. Here's a neat hellebore. This is called Silver Dollar, also a sternii like the hot flash. Great silver foliage. More erysimums. This is the Poem series, nice and fragrant. Hardy cyclamens are great companions, especially this one. Cyclamen coum, which will bloom at the same time as the hellebores. Arum italicum, the Italian arum, makes a wonderful companion with hellebores because it's evergreen in the winter. And this one, Omphalodes, is great with these little blue starry flowers. Will form a great ground cover around your hellebores. And interesting plants like this one, Ranunculus ficaria, a relative of the hellebore from the buttercup family, forms a nice little mat around the base of the hellebores. And then there's this one with burgundy foliage called Brazen Hussy. Violas also make a great companion. And now we're going to head back down the greenhouse. We're going to look at a few more gold collections. Alright, so right at the front here we have Winter's Song. This is a member of the gold collection. A great plant with creamy yellow flowers turning to kind of cinnamon pink sunset tones. Great foliage as well. Beside it, we have a plant called Moonlit Marble. Moonlit Marble has nice mottled foliage, red stems that hold the flowers, and nice creamy flowers, which will age to a bit of pink. Up top here, we have one that's, I think, one of my favorites. This one is Silvermoon. This one has a wonderful silvery pewter cast to the foliage, and then just great flowers in creamy white that age to pink tones. On this next table, we have one of the best introductions from the Gold series to date. This one is Pink Frost, Hellebores Pink Frost. Fantastic, rich pink flowers. These have been blooming since November for us. It is now February. They bloomed a little bit out of season, a little bit early, probably because they're young plants, but they can bloom in the garden for months on end. Up front here we have a cultivar called Cinnamon Snow. It's a little bit like Winter's Song. Great creamy yellow flowers, and again, wonderful apricot detailing, pink detailing, and flowers aging to wonderful cinnamon colors. Sharing the table with them is a member not from the Gold collection, but a wonderful plant. This is Snow Love. It's a Niger cores, big, rich foliage, and greeny yellow flowers. Up here we have Ivory Prince. This is kind of the cultivar that started off this whole group of, at least the popularity of this whole group of stemmed hellebore hybrids. Ivory Prince is still a fantastic cultivar. Beside it, we have a brand new one that most people will have never seen before. This one is called Shooting Star, also from the Gold Collection. Small flowers, but producing great numbers, aging to lovely pink tones. There we can see them aging to lovely pink tones, getting some nice green. Up here we have a cute little, this is not from the Gold Collection, but a cute little Hellebores Niger Christmas rose called Double Fashion. And you can see that, if we get in there, it's got lovely starry double flowers. Some more Ivory Prince, smaller sizes. And right here, just coming into bloom, we have the Olympic Hellebore. This one is Vancouver Medallion. It was named after the 2010 Olympics, or at least in honor of the 2010 Olympics. It's a little bit like Ivory Prince when you compare them side by side. They start off kind of creamy white, aging to rich colors of dusty rose. But what's interesting about Vancouver Medallion is whereas Ivory Prince deepens just to dusty rose, Vancouver Medallion will continue to deepen all the way to rich, deep, bronzy burgundy. So you almost have a tricolor effect on the Vancouver Medallion, which kind of reminds me of gold, silver, and bronze medals. We're going to visit one more table before I sign off today. And these are the Hellebores Nigers, the Christmas roses from the Gold Collection. These are fantastic plants. Before this point, I would have said that Hellebores Niger are not good for our climate here in Vancouver. But you know what? Somehow Heuger in Germany has bred incredible vigor into these plants. And now I would say that Hellebores Nigers could work very well for us. This is Josef Lemper, blooming so tall with huge flowers. Beside it, we have Jonas. Jonas has a few extra petals per flower, which gives it a little bit of a fuller effect. Around the corner here, we have Jacob. Jacob is the first to bloom, starts blooming every year in November and will bloom all the way through April. And in fact, all of these Nigers start blooming in November and December. You can bring them in at Christmas time as a decoration in the house, and then you can plant them in your garden later in the spring. And they'll all bloom from basically November and December all the way through to April. It's pretty incredible. Here's a newer cultivar. This one is called Joel. Well, this has been your sneak peek into the 2012 Hellebore Hurrah. If you live in the Vancouver area and you can come visit us, we'd love to see you. And if you live elsewhere, make sure you get hellebores into your garden, because really no garden is complete without hellebores, which are so fantastic for extending the season in our gardens. This is Gary Lewis from Phoenix Perennials. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and happy gardening.